and I don't even know if he remembers. You know,
I'm sure he remembers.
You think?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never approached him about it.
They remember. They're a different person than you are.
Yeah.
All those things affect people differently. It's not like it's not like a certain event or something like that is going to affect everyone the same way. Some people that stuff it just does not affect.
Just blows right. Yeah, just
deeply
rolls right
affects.
off.
Some people hide it. Some people don't hide it. Some people.
So I think from those experiences way early on, and I remember too, like we, my family, we had like strip poker when I was a little kid, and so there was always, but everything about it was always like this fear of like getting caught and, cover up with a pillow and and this shame and guilt and whatever.
Why were you doing it?
Because I was the youngest of my family, and my older brothers would be like, "This is what we're doing. Come on," And then I remember once. This is so funny. I recall this memory like frequently. I don't know why, but I remember probably around that same time. It's funny because in this one household in Pleasant Grove, Utah, is when I have a lot of these memories. Those first like root memories of like sexual experiences at like 6 years old, maybe 5, whatever.
Right.
Going off, I was like wearing my pants without underwear, and I thought that was like a really scandalous thing to do, because I was gonna go and like fool around, do something I probably shouldn't be doing. I think with my brothers or something, right? Like upstairs in like the playroom, and my dad like stopped me in the hall, and I remember sitting on his lap, and I remember being afraid that he knew. I still think to this day that he knew that somehow I didn't have my underwear on. Like maybe he like swatted me on the butt or something, as dads do, or somehow he like felt my guilt or something. I just was paralyzed, thinking, oh my gosh, he's gonna find out that I don't have my underwear on and that I'm doing this bad thing that I shouldn't be doing. Isn't that weird? Is it weird?
No,
it's not.
You're 6 years old.
So then why? But then at that age, why is it, even from the get-go, like why is there all that fear? Why is there like I'm doing something wrong that I shouldn't be doing? Is that
because that's
because I guess it is.
It's instilled in you.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's in the culture.
Yeah, it is.
Other people run around naked. They're not afraid of their father.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's funny because I look back and I think almost every experience has been shrouded in like guilt, fear, and stuff. And then when I actually tried to have little like relationships, not really trying to, in high school, I was with this kid John. Even though I had a girlfriend at the time, I got together with this guy John. It was like this secret, private, like my first experiences, for like 3 months I was with him. And then that ended horribly, and like he spread rumors about because I ended it, I couldn't deal with the guilt anymore and all the stuff and all the drama, and we had this huge blowout argument, and he was like throwing his hands down on my car and yelling and screaming at me while I was trying to drive away out of the driveway, and like bawling and screaming and all this drama, just total drama. Yeah. So then he left. His family life was kind of shitty, so he like left to go live with his dad and dropped this bomb of Jake's gay, spread the rumor, ruin his life kind of thing, like vindictively set out to do that. And so that's how I walked into my senior year of high school. It was like, oh, you're gay. And so I think time and time again there were always experiences of like being gay was not okay. Being gay was associated with fear, was associated with guilt, and
But what role did religion?
Huge. Because I think so much of me tries to be such a perfectionist and try to live up to everybody's expectations and try to be this perfect kid.
Why?
I don't know. It's just part of who I am. I've let go of those things over the last couple of years, particularly, like, or a few years, like trying to be such a perfectionist.
I've noticed.
Trying to please, have you? Trying to please everybody and trying to be everybody's best friend and trying to, I think I've let go a lot of that, which has helped me feel like much more of a healthy person, like I stopped feeling like caring what other people think.
At Rick's, you were also closeted.
Yes, completely. And I still didn't know. I mean, I was trying not to masturbate. I like told my bishop, I'm like, I masturbated and I feel bad. I shouldn't, I was really trying to be perfect. I really thought that, and they tell you that. The church tells you that masturbation is completely wrong and you should never do it, And so I went on my mission, and I actually fooled around with one of my companions, which I maybe should have been sent home for. I don't know. I don't know if it was enough to like constitute being excommunicated and dishonorably discharged.
How'd you get into that, and then how did you feel as a result?
It was
because it's like being married. It's like they put you in a marriage.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was an elder that I had met at a meeting, and when we weren't companions, you know, those zone.
Some crowd.
Right, what was it? A conference? Zone conference?
Zone conference.
So, yeah, we met. Totally was like, oh my gosh, so fun. We just laughed and had a great time. So, but then the very next transfer came up like a month later, and I ended up being his companion, which is kind of funny. But so I was with him for a month. But then I think the mission president knew something was going on, knew that we were kind of being bad missionaries, weren't really pulling in numbers, or we were just fooling around too much. And so I got transferred a month later. And it was actually kind of a really miserable month, I think, because of all the guilt. And even then, we would like cuddle, even though we'd keep our garments on and stuff, and there was never any really touching, but like except for massage, which was so erotic that would make me come without touching a thing. I would just be laying there on my stomach, and he would be giving me a massage, and that's all it took. It's extremely erotic, without it, you know, with all the angst, and the quiet, like not talking about it, never, you know, kind of thing. So, and then of course I was going back and forth, and no, we've got to stop this, let's pray, and
That only makes you closer.
Yeah. It does,
yeah.
Huh? So, yeah.
Pray, study the scriptures, all that stuff only makes you closer.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know, maybe I should have been like kicked out for that or something, I don't really know, but I don't know if that was enough. So, BYU, I was in like a secret relationship for 3 out of 4 years there. Well, what I thought was secret enough from the people who had, you know, I mean, I'm sure all my friends knew, but it was secret enough. And you know, I've lived in denial for a long time, which, you know, you create such a like, no, nobody knows, and I'm being so sly and whatever. Then that ended really horribly as well. And because it ended so badly, that made me think, oh, this isn't for me. This isn't right for me, you know? And I still wasn't identifying that I was gay. I just thought it was something I did. You know, it was like a struggle that I was having. This was my cross to bear. And that's how I kind of approached with my parents too. After I went to my bishop and confessed, whatever. And then the stake president wanted me to go to the therapist. So I went to the therapist, and the therapist wanted me to like bring my parents in and tell them the whole thing and all this kind of stuff. So that's when I came out to my parents, was at 25-ish. When I was like, this is my cross to bear, this is what I'm dealing with, but I'm working on it, and, you know, and they were very supportive, and I told my siblings, except for my oldest brother. And they were all very supportive and stuff, but then 3 years later I was like, I can't do this anymore, forget it.